What's up, dudes? I just wanted to give anybody that was interested a peek at the equipment that I'm using for my podcast. I grew up doing video stuff, so I understand audio stuff, but I never really messed with it too much. Still trying to get used to it. It is a different beast when you're trying. I don't have the ear for it, so basically all the equipment that I have were recommendations from friends that kind of knew what they're doing. So to start off with, I have a base model MacBook Pro 13-inch. It is 2017. It's got a 2.3 gigahertz Intel Core i5 with 8 gigs of memory. Base model, again, I don't think you're going to need much more than that for just podcasting, but it'll be able to handle everything you throw at it. From there, I have this USB dongle. You're going to need a ding-dang dongle. You're going to need one of those to plug in any outside pieces of hardware. This one is a Mokin, M-O-K-I-N. It's got an HDMI, 2 USB 2s, an SD card, a TF, which I'm not sure what that is, and it just uses up one of your USB 3 ports. From there, I have a really super cheap mouse. I bought this like 10 years ago. It was like $3. Still use it. The trackpad kind of screws with me when I'm trying to edit it. Then the other USB from the dongle goes to my interface. I have a Behringer Euphoria UMC 204 HD USB 2.0 audio MIDI interface. It has been really dope so far. It's like perfect for 2 people. It's worked really well. My friends say it's built like a tank. I'll take their word for it. I don't know too much about it. But if you look at it, there's 2 XLR ports. Each one has their, let's see, I don't know, they have all these knobs and shit. I don't use those too often. Anyways, you'll be seeing with the video what's actually on it. I kind of just set it. I will show you my settings so you can see that. So from that, I plug in my headphones through an amp. This amp is the Behringer Microamp HA400. I think it was like 20 bucks. Pretty inexpensive. But the headphone amp allows you to plug in 4 sets of headphones. Each of them has their own dial for volume. There's a master volume. Really straightforward. It does need to be plugged in to an outlet. Does not have phantom power, but it gets the job done. I can set up 2 microphones in this room and it works great. It's cheap. I guess I go to my headphones that I have plugged into my amp. One set is Grado headphones. I'm going to upgrade those. Those are old, but they get the job done. But my headphones are the Sony MDR 7506. My audio friend just said they were some classic go-to headphones for him, so I took his word for it, and they're slick. I actually use them at night to listen to binaural beats and different audios as I'm sleeping. They kind of cover your ears quite nicely. They're great little headphones. They fold up real nicely, so I can stuff in my purse. They're nice. I think those were about 70 bucks or so, something like that. Moving on from there, I got 2 of these microphones. Now, if you start getting into podcasting, one of the things you'll find is there's a lot of talk about microphones. That's where everybody gets stuck. There's too much information out there. They don't know which microphone to get. These are condenser microphones. That might not be the right one. I don't know. My friends just told me to go get it, so I did. But they are pretty straightforward. The arms work. One of them got roughed up and it doesn't really sit right, but also my table that I'm using is kind of jerry-rigged. I had to drill into the table to get them to sit right. I mean, they'll get you by, but you'll probably want to buy some new arms for them at a later point. But it's a condenser mic. Says Tonor, Tonor, professional studio condenser microphone. Computer PC microphone kit with 3.5 millimeter XLR, pop filter, scissor arm, stand, shock mount, professional studio audio recording, podcasting, broadcasting. They're $32. So just to get started, I didn't even know if I was gonna like podcasting, but so far they're so good. They do get pretty good quality. I don't know, maybe that's has something to do with how I record or how I edit. But the pop filter's nice. They look cool. They've been doing just fine so far. So come with pretty much everything you need in the box. Other than that, as far as software, I started with Audacity. I think everybody does. Now I'm using Reaper. Reaper just upgraded. They upgrade frequently, which is kind of scary. I recommend waiting a little bit when they do come out with a new version. Don't do it right away, but wait a couple weeks before all the bugs get kind of worked out, so you're not like left stuck without being able to edit. Also, same goes with Apple updates. Wait a few weeks, maybe a month, and like let everybody else freak out and do it, and have to deal with all the troubleshooting, because a lot of times they don't like work together or like each other and whatever. I still haven't. It's been probably 2 months and I still haven't upgraded yet. Reaper is a program that you can download it for free and try it for free. To get a license, it's $60. The $60 has been well worth it. I'm not an audio guy again, but apparently the audio quality just like goes through real nicely. I don't really understand how it works. If you know of something better, I would like to hear it. Or if you know any tricks to make my audio better, I would love to hear that as well. But you can add a million different tracks. It's like drag and drop, which is real nice, real easy. From there, I render it. I export it into iTunes. I make an MP3 version in iTunes, which is really simple. And after I get that MP3 version, I run it through Auphonic, which is a free service. I think you get 2 free hours a month. And that is like a leveler, takes out humming noises, runs like a gate. It's just a real simple, easy, final last step before you release your episode. Once I get that file, I upload it into Libsyn. I use Libsyn for my hosting service. They do all the big, main, huge podcasts, so I just went with them. I have a plan that's $15 a month. That's what I pay. You can pay more to get more statistics. I think that's kind of a dangerous thing to look at constantly, because you're paying more attention to the numbers rather than making your show better. So do what you will with that. The problem with like free RSS hosting sites or companies is I don't know a lot about them, but I mean, if you're going to get into podcasting and you're a little bit serious about it, yeah, I think it's a good investment. If you're not, you're just like testing the waters, like whatever. But I don't know, like when I started this podcast, I like really believed in it, and I still believe in it, and so I had no problem investing a little bit of money. They have an app that you can download, and I think it's like twice a month, maybe more sometimes. They have a podcast that gives you all the information you need to know. Seriously, there's tons and tons of good information. You just gotta sift through it. And other than that, man, I got a power strip down here that I plug everything into. I run a wire out because I'm in this like weird little back mud room that plugs into our kitchen. I do have these soundboards. There's not very many of them. I just kind of put them around to kind of give the room a little more soundproofing. I got some rugs on the floor because otherwise it's just linoleum. these tapestries that Carly let me borrow, which has been cool because just looking at the plain white wall is pretty boring. I put some blankets behind those to kind of dampen some of the sound. And I also put like blankets up around the room sometimes to dampen the sound as well. But nothing fancy. It's all super cheap. I think those were like $20. I don't have an idea of how much everything costs, but I mean, that's it. Nothing too special. My thoughts on podcasting versus YouTube. So if you had to choose between YouTube or having a podcast, based on the amount of people that are going to see it, obviously you would say both, but if you had to pick one, hands down YouTube. 100%. People want to see who's talking. The only problem with that is we can't always do that. Like for me, I drive trucks 8 hours, 10 hours a day, so like I can't watch YouTube. I can't be on my phone, but I can listen to podcasts. So the idea behind that is what I want to do and what a lot of people are doing is they'll take the audio and video, edit that, and use that as their like master, put that on YouTube, and they'll just take the audio that you've already edited and made sound real nice and put that out as a podcast. Still a lot of work, but you are reaching like fucking everybody. There's a lot, I don't have the numbers, but there's a lot of people on YouTube, a lot less people on podcasts, but still a very huge like demographic. Like people on their way from home want to listen to a podcast. They can't really watch YouTube. So another example of that was I used to work in a warehouse and I have headphones in, but I can't watch anything while operating a forklift. So there's definitely a market for it, but hands down, video is gonna be the best bet. Anyways, I hope that helps you a little bit. I might make a video of how like I edit things. It's really straightforward. It takes me a long time too, so I might not be the best person to learn off of, but it's just how I do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a good day, and I'll see you. I won't see you, but thanks for watching.